Sit in a dark theater and the screen comes alive. People move, worlds turn, rain falls. But nothing on that screen is actually moving. What you are watching is a stack of still photographs, thousands of them, thrown against a wall by a beam of light. They are flicked past your eye so fast that your brain stitches them into life. Let us slice open the projector and watch the trick happen, one frame at a time. Film is not a moving image. It is a long ribbon of separate photographs, called frames. Each one is frozen, a single slice of time. On its own, a frame is as lifeless as a snapshot. The magic lives in the order and the speed. Run 24 of these frozen slices past your eye every second, each one slightly different from the last, and motion appears out of nothing. The projector's whole job is to serve those slices fast and clean. Look close at the film. Down both edges runs a row of tiny square holes, the sprocket holes. Toothed wheels grip these holes and carry the ribbon through the machine, never slipping, never tearing. Between the holes sit the frames, lined up like little windows. A second, thinner stripe runs along one edge as well. That stripe is the soundtrack, and we will come back to it. For now, picture this ribbon threaded through the projector, waiting for the light. Why does a stack of stills look like motion? Part of the answer is your eye. When an image flashes, it lingers on your retina for a fraction of a second after it is gone. Your brain also fills the gaps, assuming that a thing seen in one spot, then in a nearby spot, must have traveled between them. Together, these tricks blur the separate frames into one smooth flow. The projector is built to feed this illusion exactly the way your eye wants it. It begins with light. Behind the film sits a brilliant lamp, hot and small as a star. A curved mirror sits behind it, catching the light that would shoot backward and bouncing it forward. A lens gathers those rays into an even, powerful beam. This beam must punch all the way across a theater and still paint a bright picture. So the lamp runs fierce, and a fan roars beside it, because that much light is also that much heat. The beam cannot just blast through moving film, or the picture would smear into mush. So the film passes through a narrow slot called the gate. Here, for a tiny instant, one single frame is held dead still, pressed flat and square in front of the light. The beam shines through it, and that frame's image leaps forward toward the screen. Then the frame must vanish, and the next one must take its place. That swap is the heart of the machine. Here is the clever part. The film does not glide smoothly through the gate. It jerks. A small metal claw darts into a sprocket hole, yanks one frame down into the gate, then pulls back and climbs to grab the next hole. Pull, hold, release. Pull, hold, release. 24 times a second. This stop-and-go rhythm is called intermittent movement, and it is what lets each frame freeze long enough to be seen before the next is hauled into place. But the film comes off its reel in a steady, continuous pull, while the gate yanks it in sharp little jerks. Those two rhythms would fight each other and snap the film. So the projector leaves a bit of slack above and below the gate, two gentle loops of film. The upper loop feeds the hungry claw without strain. The lower loop swallows each jerk before the film returns to smooth spinning wheels. The loops are the shock absorbers of the whole path. There is still a problem. While the claw drags the next frame down, the screen would show a smear of sliding film. So a spinning shutter, a blade shaped like a fan, sweeps in front of the beam and blacks it out during every move. Light, dark, light, dark. You never see the film travel. To soften the flicker, the blade often chops each frame 2 or 3 times, fast enough that your eye fuses the flashes into steady, comfortable light. The lit frame is tiny, smaller than a postage stamp. To fill a giant screen, its image passes through the projection lens, a heavy barrel of polished glass. The lens spreads that little picture outward and focuses it, sharp and huge, far across the room. Slide the lens a hair forward or back, and the blur snaps into crisp focus. The frame even sits upside down in the gate on purpose because the lens flips it, landing on the screen the right way up. Remember that thin stripe along the film's edge? That is the sound, painted on as patterns of light and dark. As the film runs, a small steady beam shines through this stripe onto a sensor. Where the stripe is clear, more light gets through. Where it is dark, less does. The sensor turns that flickering light into a changing electric signal, and that signal becomes the voices and music you hear. Picture and sound, carried side by side on the very same ribbon. So watch the whole path at once. A fierce lamp throws light forward, the claw jerks one frame into the gate and holds it flat. The shutter blacks out the beam while the film moves, then opens to let the frozen frame flash through. The lens blows that tiny image up and lands it sharp on the screen. The soundtrack reads as light beside it. 24 times a second, freeze, flash, advance, and stillness becomes a moving world. A wall, a beam, and a ribbon of frozen moments. Run them past your eye fast enough, and a stack of still photographs learns to breathe. Every film you have ever loved is really thousands of tiny pauses, stitched into motion by light and a spinning blade. Next time the theater goes dark, you will know the quiet machine humming behind you, slicing time into pieces and handing it back to you as life. That is the Cutaway.